Good morning, Cranes. I'm Stelios Stilianos.
And I'm Zimry Kramer.
Today is Wednesday, March 12th, 2025.
And we're coming to you from the CKTV studio.
We're just 2 more wake-ups away from spring break. Hey, Zimry, any big plans for spring break?
I'm going to Aruba. How about you, Stelios?
I'm going to Florida for a fun trip at Disney.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Well, before we can get back into these relaxing weeks ahead, let's do a recap of what's been going on at MSB over the last week.
This past Friday, March 7th, the CKMSB and CKMSG parent advisory conferences took place. The conferences were a chance for parents to check in on student grades and reinforce what was going well or working on finding solutions for things that needed fixing.
This marks the third quarter of this year, leaving only a couple of months of improvement left. Now parents are aware of where their students are and where their grades are, which means they can assist if needed.
Advisories also completed sheets that detailed how students felt about their academic progress thus far.
That's right. Then advisors and parents were able to go over those sheets during conferences, offering a valuable insight into how their students were feeling about their academics. As always, Mr. Whitaker is here to help if you're someone who feels like they need support.
In other old school news, there is a social coming up this Friday, March 14th, here at the Boys Middle School for the Girls Middle School planning to join us.
The social is set to start at around 1 and go to the end of the day. Some activities they will have is that the gym will be open for basketball, there will be a place to watch a movie, and to watch the Big Ten tournament.
There will also be snacks and drinks and a bunch of carnival games to earn candy. If the weather is nice, you'll be able to go outside. If not, you can go inside and play board games or other games like cornhole. This will be a great send-off going to our 2-week-long spring break.
All 3 8th grade robotics teams competed in the state tournament 2 weekends ago on February 28th and March 1st. Excellent job to all the teams for getting this far.
That's right, and 2 out of 3 Kramer qualified for the real competition. First, Team 38Z, Sever, which is made up of Edward Chang, Brian Chang, Amrit Prasad, and Kingsley Lee, advanced to the finals of the tournament and got the Innovate Reward, securing their spots for real.
And Team 38K, Mangoes, which is made up of James Baroni, Ken Han, and Karthikeya Narusu, also qualified for Worlds, though double qualifications. Next up, the teams will prepare for the U.S. Open in Iowa on March 24th through 26th, and Worlds on May 9th through the 11th.
Now, let's get into our grade level news. 8th graders have been busy with the World War II unit in Global Studies as part of the ending of the unit. Our class was tasked with making World War II posters. Each student got to pick a specific topic about their war, such as the rise of Hitler, Anne Frank's story, or World War II machinery.
We also had a visit from Mr. Cameron Wood last week. Wood is an anthropologist from the Cranbrook Institute of Science. He talked about the U.S. wars and gave the overview of the U.S. wars and what they have been involved in. He also told his personal story of his father, who served in the Air Force during World War II times, and showed the boys his father's uniform, suit coat, overcoat, hat from his time in the service, and even let them try them on.
On Friday, March 1st, the 8th grade went on a field trip to the Holocaust Memorial Center to learn about World War II and connect to their project in Global Studies. Brooks Rawling and Mac Melinzak were able to talk to 8th grade Global Studies teacher, Mr. Paris, about the field trip.
Well, it connects a lot of what we do in class, whether it be the textbook, whether it be projects that we work on in class. And we walk through these beautiful exhibits at the Holocaust Memorial Center and speak with people that are essentially experts in this field, just to get their take on that. Well, I think it's a great field trip. It's an extremely valuable field trip. And my favorite parts are typically at the end. We have, years ago, they were able to have survivors come speak to students. Obviously, many of those survivors, most of those survivors of the concentration camps have since passed, just obviously due to old age and whatnot. So now we typically hear from descendants of those survivors. This year, our trip, we heard from a grandson of a survivor. And I would just kind of put a little connection to that. Mr. Oth, who's been going on these for, I think, the entire time, like I said, over 20 years, said that was one of, if not the best speaker that he's heard in all his visits to the Holocaust Memorial Center.
Thanks for that, Brooks and Max. Lastly, 8th graders are also gearing up for their boat regatta this Friday. The boys have been working hard on creating their boats and will be hopping into the pool of the natatorium on Friday morning.
The boat regatta is a fun tradition for the 8th grade class. It gives them a chance to compete against classmates and it puts advisories against each other in a fun way leading into spring break.
In 7th grade news, the 7th graders have been working on their miniature mineral galleries. Their work was out on display in the hallways on Monday, and they will move it to the CIS tonight.
In other 7th grade news, the 7th grade French class finished making masks for Mardi Gras celebrations last Tuesday to honor a classic tradition of the holiday. The students were also asked to bring French confectionaries in relation to the holiday.
In 6th grade news, 2 of our 6th graders, Ali Noor Khan and Zain Abdelkader, with help of their parents, gave a presentation about Ramadan during the 6th grade class meeting yesterday.
Ramadan is the 9th month in the Islamic calendar and a holy month for Muslims who fast, pray, and practice introspect during this time. The boys were able to share about the traditions and customs of the holiday through their own eyes and experiences.
And in other 6th grade news, the boys have continued doing some really cool things while learning about DNA in Mrs. Campbell's science class. The class of 2031 extracted DNA from strawberries last week.
And this week, they have teachers from Cranbrook Art Museum coming to create screen prints of DNA. They cut their stencils for the prints on Monday and will be making the actual prints today in class.
And now we're kicking it over to Cristiano de Salvo, who has all the news you need about CK sports and clubs. Cristiano?
Thank you, Stelios and Zimry. I'm Cristiano de Salvo, here with MSB Sports. First, let's start with MSB swim news. Thursday, the swim team has their last meet, the COMSAC League meet at Seaholm High School. The meet starts at 4:15. Seating fills up quickly if you want to go. Other spring sports are also starting after break, including tennis, baseball, track and field, and lacrosse. For club news, there are several brand new, never been seen before clubs that are beginning soon. They include spring cycling, video games, Dungeons and Dragons, volleyball, and cooking. Intramural spring sports are also starting up after break. Well, that's all for MSB Sports and News. Now back to you guys in the studio, Stelios and Zimry. Aim high, Cranes.
Thanks for that, Cristiano.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show.
We hope everyone has a great rest of their week and an awesome spring break.
Yes, enjoy the time off and also celebrate the fact that we only have 46 more school days after today before the end of the year.
Time is going to fly. Well, you know the drill at this point. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the CKTV YouTube channel.
You can find us on YouTube at CKTV CKMSB.
Thanks for watching, Cranes. I'm Zimry Kramer.
And I'm Stelios Stilianos. Have a great rest of your week, Cranes, and a great spring break. Aim high.